Hi everyone, it's John from What Up. Welcome back to another video. Well, if you notice the video looks a little more slick and polished as you go through it than normal, it's because I didn't do any of the graphic design this time. I'm really bad at that stuff. One of my viewers, Alitza, who does do graphic design, she did this for me. Now, she does have a store where she does sell her designs. However, it's not live just yet. In the coming weeks, when it does go live, I'll let you guys know about it, and you can go there to check her out. In the meantime, I've left her Twitter handle down below in the description box, and you guys can follow her there, and she'll let you know when her stuff is for sale. Now, about a week ago, I released a video, and that video kind of was a little bit critical of Amazon Prime and their lack of releasing information. Now, we all know it was the parent company, and it's not the showrunner or the cast and crew's decision to release information or when, and so I kind of called them out on it a little bit. What happened? Well, 12 hours after that video went live, the floodgates cracked wide open. We got so much information this week. Now, part of that information we got was a few new castings, which it's kind of a big deal, and we know they're official now because Amazon Prime's actual Twitter account did retweet them. So we'll go through them in this video, and you'll see some of the new castings that have been announced this week, or pseudo-announced, I guess, because we don't know all of the characters that they're playing, but we do know the actor and actresses that play them. Now, at the end of the video, I do want you to stick around because I am doing a community section. It's something new I've been doing the last couple of videos, and it features a new Wheel of Time creator each video. This week, it's the Black Tower podcast. They're a fantastic podcast, so stick around at the end of the video, and I'll let you know a little bit more about them. Spoiler warning. We're looking at spoilers up to and including the end of The Great Hunt. So if you haven't read New Spring, The Eye of the World, or The Great Hunt, be forewarned. We're going to talk about things that have to do with the characters in those books, as well as some of the plot devices. So up first is Kate Fleetwood. She is an English actress, has been acting since 1998. She's done everything from cartoon and video game voiceovers to TV movies, big budget movies, you name it, she's done it. She's probably best known for her roles in Les Miserables, as well as EastEnders. Now, Kate is a phenomenal actress, so much so that I said before that Liandrin, the character she's been cast as, is one of my least favorite characters in the series. That might change. She's that good of an actress. So if you haven't seen some of the things she's been in, go back and check them out. She's really, really good. Now, who is Liandrin? Liandrin is a member of the Red Aja that shows up at the beginning of The Great Hunt with the Amyrlin in Faldara. Now, she is secretly a member of the Black Aja, the bad guys, the ones that serve the Dark One in the series. Now, she is all about Rand and the other two Rivers boys because the Dark One has sent her to hunt them. He's trying to find the Dragon Reborn, and that's what she's doing. Now, she does kind of reveal herself a little bit during the first of the book because she uses compulsion on the leader of Faldara to look for Rand when he's in hiding, and then again she tries to compel Rand to do her bidding, but he kind of shrugs her off. She then travels with the Amyrlin and the Two Rivers girls, Nynaeve and Egwene, to the tower. Under the guise of giving them lessons, she grills them a whole bunch about Rand. We won't go into what happens after they get to the tower because that's one of the major plot devices of The Great Hunt. Needless to say that she factors in pretty heavily in the story of that book, so we should see her at least a little bit in Season 1. Now, I said before, I think Season 1 is going to end when Rand disappears at the Portal Stone, so we will get to see her in at least a couple of episodes before that happens. Alright, on to the next casting. Alright, up next we have Jennifer Garcia, another Canadian just like me. However, she's from the other coast, Vancouver. Now, Jennifer's been acting since 2005, and she is known for her roles in Arrow, Supergirl, The Colony, and most recently Van Helsing. She's been doing a really good job in that show if you haven't watched it. Now, she's a great actress, however, we don't know who she's playing. When she released this picture on Instagram and on Twitter, well, she put a few emojis out with it, and the emojis were a snake, which people assume is a great serpent. She gave us the hashtag Aes Sedai, so we should know she's playing an Aes Sedai. A lock and key, which we think means secret, because she's holding it secret right now. And a blue diamond, which a lot of people are assuming means the Blue Aja. Now, my money's on she's playing the Amyrlin herself. However, a lot of other people think she might be playing the Keeper of the Chronicles. She did put a post up earlier today that said her secret won't be kept very long, so in the next few days we'll probably find out who she actually is cast as. Alright, who do we have next? Alright, up next we have Maria Doyle Kennedy. She's an Irish actress. She's been acting since 1991, and she's most notably in The Tudors. She is a really big name grab for Amazon Prime. A lot of people have been really gushing over the fact that she's been cast in this show. Now, we don't know who she's cast as, but we can speculate. We know she's probably an Aes Sedai because, well, She's released this the same time as everyone else. And my money's on she's playing Varen. Now, this isn't exactly how I would picture Varen in my mind, in headcanon. That's Kathy Bates all the way, has been forever. However, I think she would do a fantastic job of playing Varen Sedai. And who's Varen Sedai? Varen Sedai is a member of the Brown Aja, and she meets, the boys and the girls from Ellen's Field in Faldera, and basically reveals that she knows that Rand is a Dragon Reborn. Now, kind of a big deal, and Moiraine doesn't really trust her all that much. However, she is a huge part of the books, and she is my hands-down favorite character of the series. So if Maria plays her, I'd be super happy. Alright, who do we have next? Alright, up next we have Peter Franzén. He is a Finnish actor that's been acting since 1992, and like a lot of the other cast on this show, he has a wide range of experience behind him. He's been in a lot of stuff. He is also one of the most well-respected and famous Finnish actors of all time. Now, if you don't know who he is, he's in a little show called Vikings. He plays King Harold, and he does a fantastic job of it. So he is really well-versed in playing the warrior, soldier type character. Now, with that in mind, who do I think he's cast as? Well, they haven't released that yet, so we don't know for sure, but if I had to guess, I would say Inkar. Now, Inkar is a soldier who is put in charge of the hunt for the horn. Now, he takes the Emond's Field boys, and they go and they look for the horn and the dagger. Now, along the way, he does tell Rand that Rand has been placed second in charge, and if Inkar falls, he's to take up his duty. Now, he's all about honor and duty and doing the right thing, maybe for the wrong reasons, but trying to do the right thing. He is a very, very big part of the Great Hunt, and I won't spoil what happens to him or how he factors in the plot arcs, but I will let you know that he is a big deal for at least that novel. Now, is he playing Inkar? We don't know for sure, but if I had to guess and I've had to put some money on it, I'd say he is. Alright, who's next? Alright, our last casting, or last human casting rather, that we have is Daryl McCormack. Now, Daryl McCormack is an actor best known for Peaky Blinders or Vikings, and he's been acting since 2015. He's a pretty good actor. I've seen him in a few of the things he's done, and he does a really good job. Now, back in November, I did a video on him because, he did an article for Variety that said he's in 3 episodes of the first season, and I speculated he played Logain the False Dragon. I was really wrong. I'm wrong a lot, guys, just so you know. We already know that Logain was cast already, and so he's not playing Logain. Can't be. So who's my money on now? I think he's going to play Aram. Now, Aram is a tinker that Perrin and Egwene meet when they split from the rest of the party after Shadar Logoth. Now, Aram does factor pretty heavily into the story up to... well, I won't spoil it for you. But he is a pretty big deal later on in the books. He's only in the first season a little bit. That kind of makes sense. Aram's only around for a couple of episodes. That makes sense too. So... my money's on Aram. I think he's going to play him. Now we're going to go on to the last casting of the week, and this one arguably caused the most buzz. It's not the most important, but a lot of people talked about this one because they've been wondering about this since the Wheel of Time was announced. All right, the last bit of casting news we have for you today is Bela, the horse. She was cast this week, and the horse that's playing Bela is Archie. Now, I don't know a whole lot about Archie's acting experience. I don't know how well he knows how to play a horse or how many movies or television shows he's been in, but he is a horse, and Bela's a horse, so it's probably going to work out okay in the end. Now, believe it or not, since the Wheel of Time was announced, a lot of people have been very interested in who's going to play Bela, mainly because she's in the story from start to end. They talk about her quite a bit here and there, and some people really gravitated towards that. They liked that. So, there's Bela, and there's Egwene with her there. So, pretty cool. There's been some pictures this week of some other horses and some videos, actually, of some of the cast with their horses. And I'm saying their horses because we think it's their horses, the ones they're going to be riding in the show. And it's kind of neat to see. Now, with that all out of the way and off to the side, all the casting and stuff done, now we're going to get into our community section. But before we do, I want to thank you guys for watching the videos and coming back week after week and seeing what I'm doing here. If you do like what I'm doing, click the like button down below. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. It takes just a second to click that bell, and when you do, please click the notification icon so you know when I put out new videos. I usually put out 2 to 3 a week. They're not always on the same days. However, if you click the notification bell, you're going to know when they come out. Now, let's get on to the community section of the video. Alright, so who do we have this week? Well, we have the Black Tower Podcast. They are a fantastic podcast. If you haven't checked them out, please do so. I left the information on how to get a hold of them and their their Twitter, as well as their link to their podcast down below in the description box. So please check them out. Now, I'm going to read a little blurb here about them and let you guys know what they're all about. The Black Tower Podcast was originally founded in October of 2018 by Andrew and Aaron. Born out of a mutual love for the Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan, these two gentlemen set out to shatter the then-current mold that most Wheel of Time podcasts seem to follow. Foregoing the chapter-by-chapter format that was, and still is, so popular, the Black Tower Podcast set its sights on topical discussions that would span the entire 14-book series. The new spring prequel, The World of Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time, commonly known as the Big White Book of Bad Art, The Wheel of Time Companion, and other associated materials. Over the life of the podcast, the hosts have changed as hosts needed to step away or moved on to create their own podcast. Currently, the podcast is hosted by the original founder, Andrew, and two newer co-hosts, Josh and Daniel. There they are there. Where was I? Though the members have changed, the format and atmosphere on the Black Tower Podcast has not. This is not one of those family-friendly or politically correct podcasts, as the hosts frequently use profanity, crude humor, and simply blunt and brazen statements, all under the umbrella of humor with no actual malice or ill intent. And I can verify that. I've listened to it, and a couple times I was shocked, but I laughed a lot, so that's good. For the topics of sexism, the 5 great captains, individual characters, geographic and cultural locations, all the way to reviews and overviews of the books themselves, the Black Tower Podcast has made its mission to cover anything and everything related to the Wheel of Time. They've also managed to have several notable guests in the podcast, including YouTuber Daniel Green. He's kind of a big deal. The White Tower Podcast. Featured them last week. They're kind of a big deal too. They're really good. Legendarium Podcast. YouTuber nae'blis. Again, another pretty big deal. Kate Reading and Michael Kramer, the voices of the Wheel of Time audiobooks. Amazing. That's fanboying pretty hard there. I'd love to have them on this show. The staff and family from TavernTees.com. Too bad they're not doing that anymore, but they were fantastic. Cave Geek Arc, the creator of the Deerskin official world map of Wheel of Time. With viewership spanning 29 plus countries, 184 followers on Podbean, accompanied by a lifetime total of 35.4 thousand Podbean downloads and 69 episodes, 1.9k Twitter followers as of January 23rd, 2020, so that's yesterday. The Black Tower Podcast seems to be looking forward to nothing but growth and better things. Now, that was a mouthful and a lot to say, but they are kind of a big deal. If you haven't checked them out, please do so. Their links are down in the description box down below. They are really fantastic. I had a good laugh listening to them today. I listened to a bunch of their episodes throughout the day, and they're really good. All right. So that's all I have for you this week. I do want to thank you all for watching the videos, and here's to many more.